in our city.
They're what?
You see these fascists right here in our
Fascists?
You fascists. Shame! 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 Shame!
Y'all laughing, but that's the truth though. We really talking real.
Shame!
Y'all need to do some background studying about the Federal Bar Association.
Came in.
What vehicle?
The ones they pulled up in. These fascists.
Oh, the fascists? You tried to, the federal buy investigators?
Where did they, what vehicles did they show up in?
They showed up in, unmarked.
Where are they? Where?
Right, it's the white truck right there, the white car in front of there.
That white Jeep over there.
All the white cars.
All those white cars.
Yeah.
They for the man. Yo! They for the man. Hey, Daddy, bro, let's go get him, bro. Let's get that.
No. You don't gotta be Superman. No.
Bro! Stop, bro. Little blue is not worth it. Come on, Brian. Why? You busy?
He cooked them!
Remember this video of Sandwich Guy and the subsequent video from DHS where they did hype clips of the sheer force they have at their disposal on behalf and because of the American taxpayer? They really attempted to produce a little mini doc because some member of the president's secret police force had a sandwich thrown at them. Now,
Firstly, I'd like to thank especially Sabrina, Julia, and Nick for countless hours, and the rest of the team at Steptoe. And I would like to thank Steptoe for offering all of their services pro bono.
Feeding me.
Yes. I would like to thank family and friends and strangers for all of their support, whether it was emotional or spiritual or artistic or financial. To the people that opened their hearts and homes to me, I am eternally grateful. And I am so happy that justice prevails in spite of everything happening. And that night I believe that I was protecting the rights of immigrants. And let us not forget that the Great Seal of the United States says e pluribus unum. That means from many, one. Every life matters, no matter where you came from, no matter how you got here, no matter how you identify. You have the right to live a life that is free. Thank you.
Sean Dunn is not only free, but is pretty representative as an act of resistance.
Not guilty verdict in the case of the so-called D.C. sandwich guy. Sean Dunn had been accused of throwing a sandwich at a Border Patrol agent during the federal law enforcement surge here in Washington over the summer. The moment went viral, as you remember, but the officer wasn't hurt, and jurors now say the federal charges didn't even meet the moment. Dunn had this to say after the verdict.
Sean Dunn obviously was in court. The jury was deliberating through yesterday and into today, and they found him not guilty. Now, not guilty of course, causing any bodily harm to the officer, that agent who he threw the sandwich at. Now, we heard testimony from that agent, from that officer, just yesterday or the day before, where he took the stand describing the incident of the sandwich hitting him. He said the sandwich hit him and exploded on him, and that he felt the impact of the sandwich, but that it didn't hurt him. Now, we do know that throughout the course of jury deliberations, they did ask for the definition of bodily harm. What does that exactly mean? That's what the jury was considering here. Did that sandwich that hit the officer physically hurt the officer? We heard the officer's testimony. He said it didn't hurt him, so that obviously factored in to their decision here today. You saw him speak.
The story goes as follows via NBC. The resident, Dunn, a former DOJ paralegal, faced a single misdemeanor count after a federal grand jury rejected more serious charges over the encounter, which took place in the nightlife area of U Street in August. Border Patrol officer Greg Larimore received 2 gag gifts related to the incident, a plush sandwich and a patch featuring a cartoon of Dunn throwing the sandwich with the words, "felony footlong," which the defense team argued showed this was not a serious event in his life. CBS News wrote of the scenes from the courtroom. 2 laughs from the crowded courtroom. Larimore said he could feel it through the ballistic vest he was wearing, and it exploded all over him. He said he could smell the onions and mustard on his uniform, and even had an onion string hanging by his police radio later that evening. Oh no. The fast food mustard, he said, stained his shirt. Oh God. Sabrina Schroff, Dunn's attorney, would tell the jury, quote, "The sandwich that was thrown in this case was not forcible." And she would equate Sean Dunn's actions to that of a child's bedtime temper tantrum. She'd rightfully argue, when that happens, do you suffer bodily injury? No, of course you don't. Another great line was this, quote, "Think about where the sandwich landed," Schroff said, arguing that the Border Patrol agent's bulletproof vest that Dunn through the sub at was, quote, "definitely going to keep you safe from a sandwich if it protects against gunfire. A footlong from Subway could not and certainly did not inflict bodily harm."
How do you feel?
Well, I have to say Nick, Julia, and I, and the entire team were really very relieved, not only just as Sean's lawyers, but just also as people who are regularly find ourselves dissenting in many different respects. In some dissent we're together, in some dissent we stand alone. But we really want to thank the jury for having sent back an affirmation that dissent is what is not just tolerated, it is legal, it is welcome, and we thank them very much for that verdict. Really, the entire team thanks them. And you know, there's no such thing as a singular person making a victory, so please, all of them, you should all be here. I'm really just so excited. I don't know how to say this. I'm very happy that Mr. Dunn prevailed.
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.